Buonasera, buonasera, siamo qui io per dar supporto a queste ragazzole. Eh, io non so dove cazzo mettermi. Vabbè, sono... Ciao, qua davanti. Qua, qua. Ok, vado prima io? Sì, no, ne ho pochissime, ne ho 17. Vai, vai, aspetta, io sono lì. Esatto.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate.
Devi stare
Mondstadt's
zitto!
water is
Devi stare
crisp and
zitto!
pure.
Ok, vado. Un tomino, grazie. Ah, non credo che esca, lo dico col cuore. Io provo perché mi interessa comunque, quindi. Oh, ci sei,
I see the
Toma!
value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine.
Devi stare zitto un
I
attimo,
believe I
Neuvilette,
will
amore mio.
continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Luce del mio cuore. Zitto un attimo. Niente, allora ho un'ultima pull, ma... I think... Lui aveva fatto questo. Ma mi ero un attimo fomentata. Niente.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has
Aspettate,
an
metto
enduring
io...
aftertaste.
Fate, voglio
In
vedervi.
Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently
Le
to
vedo.
fully appreciate it.
Vado io. Pronti? Pronti? 3, 2, 1, vai!
Melusines are beautiful
È un'arma.
creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them.
Mamma mia,
Cause
che
them
culo!
no harm.
Vai, vai. Sì! Cos'è quella pull? Vai! Ok. Vai! Lì l'ho tenuto subito. Adesso, aspettate. Dagli. Ok. Dagli. Vai, vai, vai. Mamma mia, anch'io.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning
Dai,
palate.
vai.
Mondstadt's water is
Dai.
crisp and pure, while
Madonna!
water from Liyue has an enduring
Ok.
aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile,
Ok.
has a rich and complex
Allora,
flavor
ho tenuto un
profile,
doppio Toma.
but it must be savored
Ho tenuto
patiently to
Cici.
fully appreciate it.
Adesso stiamo facendo gli altri pull. Sta ricevendo pull a gratis comunque. Sta trovando solo i cose ci sei. Che culo. Dai, vai.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Sì, sì. Dai, esci, dai, no. E non posso cambiare neanche all'altro, raga, è peggio. Eccolo! Vai! Dai! Dai! E ce l'abbiamo, raga, ce l'abbiamo! E l'ha ottenuto! Ah, l'ha perso e vinto, raga. Perso e vinto. Ce l'ha fatta la nostra tostina. Guarda che bello che è. Io invece mi inculo, ma io non era per me. Va bene così. Io ho ottenuto il giudice. Me lo uscite? Uscitemelo! Siete i miei bro, uscitemelo. Io urlo come se l'avessi trovato io. Certo che lo urlo come se l'avessi trovato io. Cavolo, sono contentissima che lei ce l'abbia.
When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But when the moon's out, bathe in moonlight.
Out, out. Guardalo! I miei bro! Bro! Un bro arrivato. Prova. Sì, sì, sì. Ciao! Hai furina. Dai, provaci, provaci. Quando è lunga, cosa vuol dire? Miss. Bye bye, bye bye. Vai, vai.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Have you ever seen any
Sì.
stickers on my back? Do me a favor and take them off. Melusines like to play pranks sometimes.
Va bene, non era nel banner, ma ok. Madonna. Ottimo. Perfetto.
I see the value in my
Tieni da
own,
parte. Sì, non
but
prendere
I
la sua
also
arma.
see the meaning
Lascia
in
stare.
all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Fermati qua. Fermati qua.
A word of advice, don't break the law.
Non break the law,
Is
d'accordo,
there
amore
anything
mio.
else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law.
Serio, non break the law. Ok. I miei bro. Venite qui ad abbracciarmi. Venite ad abbracciarmi prima che possa andarmene. Oppure le vuoi un attimo prendere i cosini prima che inizi la quest? No, no, vai, vai, vai. Ok. Ok. Prima abbracciatemi. Abbracciatemi, siete i miei bro. I miei bro. I miei bro. Vi adoro. Vi voglio tutti bene. Mua. Ah, vabbè. Siete bellissimi. Adesso possiamo. Adesso potremo andare in giro a prendere i suoi cattivi.
Melusines are beautiful
Non
creatures.
parlare nemmeno sì. Ok. Dai, ci sta. Anch'io se lo perdo, però con Wriothesley il prossimo l'ho assicurato. Sì. Anch'io. Secondo me anche... Ok. Sì, ma hai trovato la PT1. Ah, sì. Si mette a posto la cravatta. Che è la stessa cosa che fa Neuvilette col suo cravattino. Questi due. E per quanto io vi adori, vi devo andare. No, faccio io, non vi preoccupate. Vado in live, vi adoro, sono contentissima per le mie amiche. E vado. A dopo, ragazzuole.
Have you ever seen these stickers on my back? Do me a favor and take them off.
E adesso che siamo da soli, sono molto contenta per loro, sono veramente contenta. E ora posso iniziare la quest. Che... Ah, ok, è qua giù. È qua giù, ma che culo. I dormitori. Ma voi state scherzando? Ah, perché sì, ma mi stavo già fomentando perché dovevamo andare ai dormitori, lascia stare. Mi sono fomentata per niente. Come al solito. Non ho fatto la storia su Instagram, vabbè, fa niente. Dai.
We once thought the fortress of Meripede would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all.
È vero?
You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really... Oh, you mean Wriothesley? He's definitely a pretty
bravo
impressive
leader,
leader.
quello sì.
Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two with him. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or
Ma è
is he a lot
certo.
harsher with the bad guys?
Te l'ho detto, fa un lavoro di merda.
He must be doing something right to maintain order here, while not making everything feel super oppressive.
Excuse me, did I hear someone there? Could
Chi
you
è?
please do me a favor?
Chi sta parlando?
Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
Con che accento
Excuse me,
inglese?
is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
Quanto English quest'uomo sta...
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But Paimon doesn't see anyone.
Did you hear my call? Thank you
My
so
call.
much. I'm over here, inside this big box.
Come hai fatto a respirare?
You're inside the box? Oh, no wonder Paimon didn't see
Oh
anything.
no.
Well, come on, traveler, let's go take a look. Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been
Credo
stuck
che
for
qualcuno
days.
sarebbe passato.
It's a bit complicated. Can we
Un
not talk about that
goccino.
for now?
Whoa, that's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I just like some help
That's
finding
serious.
my hat.
Just your
Quanto English quest'uomo?
But then, why can't you... Wait, Paimon gets it. Something must have happened to your hair.
Essere così delicata.
Sorry. That's what happened. Paimon gets it now. You just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away. What kind of hat was it?
Come troviamo un
I
cappello,
think
scusami?
you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please just help me find my hat. It's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy.
Fancy.
I probably lost it near the
È così
entrance
English
elevator.
sto coso.
It was
aiuto.
getting a bit hot, so I took it off and had a quick nap. But when I came to, it was gone. It's really important to me, so your help would mean the world. I'll wait here for your return.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time.
Rinascita nella terra del rancore. Addirittura. Busta alla cassa, posso?
I'm really sorry.
Fa un po' pena. Dov'è? Qua giù. Faccio prova a fare così. Dove ha perso il cappello sto tizio?
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Well, let's go somewhere
Ma
else.
perché sono tutti inglesi?
Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon thought.
Calma fa. Attitudi super raffinati nel mentre.
Nothing in the water either. Paimon thought it might have gotten blown in. Oh, we've looked everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a hat.
Non possiamo stare fermo, no.
That's a good idea. If he's just looking to cover his head, then it shouldn't matter what kind of
Ma
hat
in realtà ha
he's
detto che è
wearing.
molto
Why
importante
don't we
per
check
lui.
out the rag and bone shop? If memory serves, they've got all kinds of stuff in there.
Pagherò solo per il cappello.
You know what Paimon was thinking?
Ma noi ci conosciamo da una vita, Paimon.
Oh, this is bad. Nothing gets past you nowadays.
Assolutamente no.
Either way, let's go check it out first.
Devo abbassare perché sono bellissimi. Cioè, lo devo abbassare nella mia testa. Che detta così. Ok. Oh. È bellissimo la cosa. Oh, santo cielo. D'accordo che io ho anche il volume al massimo perché voglio che voi sentiate bene sia me che le voci.
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
Non è lui, infatti.
I'm just standing
Ah,
in
lo
for
so,
Mr.
sostituto, ok.
Alvar while he's off restocking the shop.
Beh,
Now
giustamente.
just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread. Oh, you must be the legendary traveler and their companion.
Legendary traveler. Tabibito.
No. Well, you're half right.
Con un pezzo di pan di
Traveler's
zenzero. È
treasure
meglio un
companion,
pezzo di
sure,
pan di
but she's
zenzero
not
che
the flying
altro.
chunk of gingerbread.
C'è gente che t'ha
Sorry,
scambiato per
sorry, I
robe.
never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself. I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy.
Ma
I'm
dai,
just a
dai, vabbè.
nobody after all.
Non l'hai detto per chissà che
There's no need
cosa.
to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just venting.
Why, your
Ma non è che gli hai
heroic
detto chissà
actions at
che
Aeneas
cosa.
have long
Pan di
made
zenzero
their
fa
way
anche
to the
ridere.
fortress of Meripede. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. Ah, you were the envy of all.
Vabbè.
And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be
Ah,
introduced
dunque è
to you.
bello.
Well, I'd figure you'd appreciate honesty over
Questo è vero.
flattery. After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then, as fate would have it, I've become fast friends with
Beh, dai,
Mr.
almeno sei
Alvar
diventato amico
himself.
con lui.
I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true,
Questo è vero.
it's
Questo
often
sono
better to
d'accordo.
just go with the flow.
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and
Su
it
quello
is
ha
indeed an
ragione,
honor
poi.
to meet the two of you. Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for?
Metto questo giù. A posto.
No
Cappello.
problem. Anything else? Hey, feel free to check out anything you want. The credit coupon costs are on
Oh
me.
dai, che cosa carina.
But that's, you don't have to be so nice.
Anche c'è posso
Well, it's
pagare.
not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of more coupons, Mr. Alva, life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never hurt.
All right.
Ok.
We'll take a look.
Non prendere roba. Un paio di spunti, va bene.
Are you
Va
sure
bene.
you don't want more? These opportunities don't come by every day,
Oh
you
dai, è
know.
stata anche carina prenderne
All right,
pochi.
two will do. It just doesn't feel the same if the
Non
owner
è la stessa
here
cosa.
for free. But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology later.
Paimonologia. Adesso voglio laurearmi in
Thank
paimonologia.
you so much. We'll be off then.
Subito. Dove si
No
fanno le
problem,
lezioni?
and thank you for your patronage. I'd appreciate it if you could put in the...
That's a real
Massimo.
sneaky way of getting good reviews.
Vabbè, dai. Ci sta.
We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
Ce la siamo un po' presa comoda, quindi secondo me è già tanto che se lo troviamo ancora vivo. Più che altro le guardie, santo cielo, non si sono accorti. Vabbè.
You can come out now. We found your hat.
You did? Oh,
Non è quello, sì?
Wait. So you're not actually bald. You've got such a full head of hair too.
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has nothing to do with my hair.
Non è quello, vero?
Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no luck.
Nisba.
Ah, I see. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful, but unfortunately, there's just something special about my hat.
Does it have some kind of sentimental value?
But, sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your
Oh.
Grace!
Try!
hey,
Pull
Wriothesley,
for the
it's been a
cake.
while.
Pull for the cake.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say,
Giusto.
I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so?
You can. You
Maybe
can
I
do
should
it.
consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you
Società
avoid
dei
misplacing it
Berretti.
again. You might not have the same luck next time.
You can.
Understood. Thank you
should.
so much, Your Grace. Then I'll be off. I'll get going now.
What a strange guy. Why did he care
Okay.
so much about his hat?
Ok, you can.
Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners
I
to
can
freak out
handle.
when I show up unannounced.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
Madonna.
Prisoners are still people, after all.
Esatto,
There are as many
scusami.
crimes and motives as there are stars in the sky. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute
Questo è
is just
vero,
a
questo è
stereotype.
vero.
Such labels could never capture the
Questo è vero,
complexity of even
assolutamente.
a single
Sono
individual
stata
person.
d'accordo.
What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
No, come per te abbia senso. Ha senso, punto e basta.
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some novel and interesting things. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the Coupon Cafeteria? It'll give us time to catch up, too.
Ok?
And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering place as well.
Ok.
I'm not the biggest fan of that cafeteria.
All right then, please follow me.
Ma io ti seguo 300 volte al giorno, Wriothesley. Soprattutto col tuo bro.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe
Ah,
welfare
vabbè.
meals
Non
today.
credo che gli interessi.
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
No, gli interessa. Niente. Non ho fame.
Then Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
What
La
a
faccia
pity.
di Lumin.
It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Then I must beg your grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great
Yeah.
shipments in from above.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get non-welfare stuff at this place.
Oh, it's fine.
It's
Sometimes
not for everyone.
some harder
Think of it
to
as a
go
special treat
off.
for VIPs.
I don't know still the problem.
Oh, now that's what
I will
Paimon
fix
likes
it in
to
these
hear.
days.
In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon,
Insomma.
please.
2 bottles coming right up.
Quindi vediamo. Yeah!
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after.
Thank
So there was
you.
no time
I'm
for
just
more
so
casual
tired. I
chit-chat.
don't know why.
I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
My other best friend has taken Rising. I'm so happy for her. She deserves it. They both deserve it to have this guy. I'm so happy for that.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
No, voglio essere onesta con lui.
That's a bit too humble for you. Even the most unintentional action can catalyze new developments and force many fates onto brand new paths.
Ok.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is
Vero?
it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate. Since I
No,
don't have
dai.
nearly as
Scusa, sei
interesting of
diventato
a
il
story
duca,
to
non uno
offer
storia
about
interessante.
myself.
Per me è
I was
interessantissimo.
convicted and sent here at an early age. I
Molto
only became the
giovane.
top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they manage to get to the top. So, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Questo è buonissimo in realtà.
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too, but even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you.
Sì, è
I would
diverso.
very
ma
much like to
mi piace.
maintain friendly relations with you two.
Perché non posso essere
Your
amica?
Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband
no.
in the latest shipment of cargo.
Che
They were
palle.
extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to trace the goods to their source.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress.
Yes, Your Grace.
Cosa ha toccato? Cosa ha toccato, sta
Sorry,
signora?
I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
Ah,
She mentioned
ok.
something about contraband. Are they like
Un attimo, fare così.
dangerous goods?
Not necessarily.
Ok.
The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly.
Ah,
Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So,
questo è vero, ha ragione.
what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Mamma mia, anche lui. C'è quella
This is certainly
semi
a
English
box of
dolcissimo.
curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
Yep.
Yep.
We can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit. Arthur, why don't you become a duke as well?
E tu?
Paimon will be your vault keeper.
Va bene.
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it.
Ah sì,
Consider
posso?
it a gift from me.
Posso? Decido io.
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Perché dovrebbe?
All right, Paimon's gonna have a look.
ripreso
gem.
tutto tranne la
I didn't
gemma.
know it must be worth a ton of more. Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead?
Ma Dio mio, ma si vede un botto che è qualcosa di terribile.
There's something weird about this gem.
Si
Paimon
ricordava
remembered
in
a lot
tante
of
cose
bad things
brutte.
when she picked it up. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks.
No,
Are you
noi
sure?
non abbiamo...
I wouldn't exactly call it fun.
È vero? No.
Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent effect.
Se vediamo il fratello, giuro che piango. Esatto.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
Alcuni ricordi abbastanza indimenticabili.
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties.
Sì, esatto, scegli
Paimon, feel free to pick something else.
Then, actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who
Cicina.
knows if...
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every...
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
Vero? Non ricordo perfettamente. Dio. Perché hanno fatto quelle facce, scusami? Ma scusa, con i libretti si incontrano qua sopra perché hanno tanti berretti. Certo, ho guardato un po'.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Sono British queste
Let me
persone.
introduce you to them.
Lo so, sto dicendo la
Traveler,
bomba, no?
this is Dugier, the head of the Beret Society. This is their gathering place. Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources. Every once in a while, the
Carino.
Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
È ottimo.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same
Ma è
way as
giusto
you
così,
would in the
mentre uno
world
sta
above.
scontando la pena può imparare cose.
It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after
Perché ha
all.
cambiato voce?
But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Wriothesley?
Che no?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on
Ora
each
non
other
è
and remind
l'altro.
each other of our
Cosa
goals.
carina.
Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our
A volte le
operations are
persone che incontri
entirely
in prigione
funded by
che magari
members
riesci a
donating
cambiare
goods
vita,
and
del resto
credit
diventano tuoi amici per la
coupons. Same
vita.
for the things you can see
Ovviamente
here.
nella parte quando succedono le
Who
cose
knew you could
buone,
find
perché
such a
sono
place in the
sanzioni
Fortress of
comunque.
Millipede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
Ah, there's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we
Ah,
needed
ecco.
some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well.
Oh Dio, perché la
And when
stanchezza
we're
adesso? Sto
together,
dove
we
sono
would feel
Dio?
a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
In other words, That hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Carino. Bello.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a look. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment.
abbiamo appena bevuto.
Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to your
Tua
snow
giornata
day,
tranquilla.
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision.
Told ya.
Instead of listening to me try to
You owe
explain
me.
some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
You owe me. I'm so happy.
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all? Well, we're already here, aren't we?
Yeah, I told you you could take him. Got him.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
So you owe me. I'm kidding. I'm not so. C'era qualcosa per passare il tempo. Scaffale presente anche il diario di un membro. È probabile che è stato incluso a scopo di reclutamento. I don't know yet.
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members published themselves.
Oh.
Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the organization. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. And even I've learned to use a camera. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above...
Ah, it's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came
Oh,
here,
you too.
we were constantly exhausted just
My
trying
friend.
to live. With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do.
Don't worry, don't worry.
You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try.
Questo è
And
vero.
while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're
Sì,
already
sei già in
in
prigione.
jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelter.
Don't worry, we will.
Ok, metteremo a posto. You owe me. This man. This man. Wait, what is this? Wait. This man. Look at him. You owe me this.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain to you?
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members. I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to
Oggi ho
fill you
portato
in some
fortuna
more.
a tutti.
Besides this
Tre
space,
dei miei
which our
amici hanno
members
preso
use to rest
Wriothesley.
and relax, these rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use them.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that,
No,
we
vabbè,
still
ma questo
have
è
to
giusto
rely
perché
on
fare un
his
ristorante
grace.
dentro la prigione
We
adesso.
started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so they'll let us borrow
Questo
their
è più
kitchen to do
carino.
some simple research into recipes and...
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded the society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
No. Parliamo con lui, anche se io vorrei parlare con te. Posso parlarci?
The society is planning to host another event soon. We haven't had many new recruits recently, so...
Ah, the one you mentioned to me before. The idea is sound, but I still have some concerns about the specifics.
Dipende dall'idea.
Hey, you there, newbie!
Newbie. Oh,
Hello?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything
io
out
non
like
sono
this?
tesa, perché non capisco perché mi hai chiamato Newbie.
Ah!
No. Stai facendo?
That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have
Non
found
devi
it
fare
super
in
useful
faccia,
too.
però.
With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism
Guarda,
in the
magari.
world. Why don't you
Cioè,
also give it
ni.
a try, huh? I promise that it'll work.
Dai, urlo.
Fireman's gonna pass.
Ah, no, voglio provare.
Feeling shy? That's alright. As long as you remember this trick, it'll come in handy one day. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
Ah, stupidata. Non funziona per tutti e per tutti. Però
Alright, we've talked
può
to
essere utile.
everybody. That would explain why Wriothesley only had good things to say about this place. Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well. Let's go over to
Giustamente
them.
stava parlando del...
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, and I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think
Back.
about this place?
Eravamo qui
Now,
intorno.
note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Davvero.
Wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation
E
process.
se ve l'avesse detto
It's all right
l'avresti...
with me, though. I'm pretty confident about our growth and activity.
Vabbè, se avesse detto che anche noi eravamo, tra virgolette,
Pretty good.
comprese, ci avrebbe adulato, insomma, non
Don't
sarebbe
think
stato
anyone
sincero con noi.
expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Ah, so it seems that you were able to get a sense of our vision and
Spero
value.
davvero che sia tutto così
That's
bello,
all I
non
can
che ci
ask
sia la
for,
fregatura
really.
di mezzo.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit
quello
the
che sta
nail on the head, Your
facendo
Grace.
come
Before I founded the
percorso,
society,
cioè come
I've
ha
met
fatto
too
come
many people who
percorso
could not come to terms with themselves.
Clive.
And
Parla
I'm
di
sure that a
16.
part of your support is rooted in your
Ha
desire
tutto
to
prima
help
per
those
non
people find
stesso
their way.
riconciliarsi con se stesso, con Ifrit e poi ha
And
preso.
Paimon thought everyone was
E poi
enjoying
è
life just
cresciuto man
fine,
mano.
working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of yours?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Quasi. Oh, è tipo...
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat?
Guarda che non è invisibile, memoria. Cosa? Che c'è? Cos'è sto panico generale?
Wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Cosa c'è? Cosa?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
E tu che ti sei fermato?
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but I'll check up on him later. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked?
I tuoi guantoni.
Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well.
Adesso ti vuoi
This
comportare
pair of
male solo per
handcuffs
avere
has
sui
also come in
guantoni.
handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Non siamo andati nel suo ufficio.
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Siamo sicuri di
Go
questo?
on, you guys. Pick up the item for his grace.
No,
would you?
no, prendete. No.
Yes, right away.
No, fermi.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged. Your grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like
Perché non ha
this?
avuto problemi
Never,
come
your
noi
grace.
prima?
Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans, after
sì.
all.
Non è vero? Raggiungere 60.
Got it, your grace. Take care,
Quando
everyone.
raggiungere
I'll
60,
take it to
ecco,
the
quelli sono i miei obiettivi.
Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again. And that goes for you as well, your grace.
And same to you.
No, l'ha fatta cadere apposta.
Jaime doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Well, what's your opinion of the society now that you've taken a look around their
No, io vedo
headquarters?
più che altro perché loro sono riusciti a prendere la pietra senza impazzire come noi ai
Weren't
momenti.
you complimenting them the entire time as well? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people to embrace their new lives with optimism? There's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating
No,
its
i criminali
members,
ci
they
saranno
might be
sempre,
soon out of
Paimon.
a job.
I criminali ci saranno sempre.
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish. And I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
Spiegare la parola montaggio non c'è qualcosa strano in quel posto. Diciamo
As
che
expected,
è
you
tutto
also picked
così
up on it.
bello. è
The
questo
whole
che mi-
truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that this was an unexpected turn of events. I had hoped to take care of it
Peccato
in
che non posso
secret,
tornare
but
dentro
now
con il video perché
confrontation may
volevo
no
solo
longer be
vedere
avoidable.
se l'aveva presa con senza i
It's hard to
guanti.
predict what might happen next.
You've completely lost Paimon.
Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Dici che quando
Can
il
you
cazzo
just
non
tell
c'è
us
troppi
exactly
ballano.
what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to seize this opportunity. Find out
Se ha
what you
dei
can from them
dubbi,
now while they're
vuole,
all in one place.
vuole coglierli.
We might not get another chance.
Ti amo. Bello sei.
Then
Good question. What should I do?
Per questo.
Maybe I'll drop by the ring and sign myself up for a fight.
wait, so you're really just gonna make us work while you slack off?
E non risponde. E non risponde. Va bene.
Huh. It's just as Wriothesley said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out.
Diciamo che è un po'
Paimon
troppo
will do her best
tranquillo. E poi è passato quello lì, tutti sono cominciati ad andare nel panico, tutti guardano così esplodere, tipo che cazzo succede?
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be...
Oh, okay.
Vedi, non capisco perché fare sta cosa.
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of Mora or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not gonna tell Wriothesley anything, don't worry.
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something.
Esatto, non capisco.
We
Perché?
can look around for it, yeah?
Cosa? Cosa c'è? Prima eravamo così tranquilli e carini impattanti. Cosa è successo?
Hey,
Mi hai parlato
hello?
dei libri. Cosa?
Anyone?
Sarà la
Hello?
pietra.
How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its...
You don't know...
sorry, that's not what I meant. It's...
Non posso dirvi altro. E dai, tu?
Hey, big...
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner. I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma.
Così,
and,
del botto.
I mean,
Non hai fatto niente.
not everyone can be super upbeat all the time. You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but, it should be somewhere nearby.
No, scusi.
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you
Esatto.
super friendly just
Cosa è
a moment
successo?
ago?
Sarà la
Sorry.
pietra?
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Tanto lui è stato qua a farsi i cazzi
Oh,
suoi.
you're back. How were things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
Spaventatissimi.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we
È
first
passata
met?
un'ora.
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all... It was you all along!
Cioè, doveva
It's because I
capire.
wanted to figure out what's really going on.
Mica è
I don't
scemo,
believe any
scusami.
of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into
Sì,
custody?
vabbè.
Aren't you
Non
the duke?
parlerebbero.
You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs.
No,
In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. I'm not sure she got all of it.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head.
lui
I
si
have to
deve
lead by
comportare
example if I
bene.
want to maintain
Esatto.
expectations of justice and order. And that's why, even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without
Giusto,
irrefutable evidence.
sarebbe stato stupido.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society, and even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all...
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Speriamo.
Fish? Bite?
let's give them some time. My guards will need it to finish their investigation too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Ma subito vengo nel tuo ufficio, io non è che aspetto. Vabbè. Ma allora... no, io aspetta che faccia notte. Io prima ero nel suo ufficio, poi faccio l'orologio. Che siamo? Che scherziamo? Ecco, ora posso fare le... Cosa che voleva? Qua.
It's finally evening. Wriothesley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
No, non ho preso niente.
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first?
Vero.
It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present.
Okay,
there was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, but does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once.
Non è che ogni cappello c'ha dentro questa gemma e quindi li fa impazzire.
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
Sapevo, l'avevo fatta cadere apposta. Proprio detto, oops!
Yes, that's right.
Minchia,
of course,
raga,
that
si
box
vedeva
was
un
discovered as
botto
part
che
of our
l'ha fatto
investigation of
apposta.
the society from the very beginning.
Ops, mi è caduta una gemma nera luccicante, cazzo!
I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble.
Ha lanciato il soldino.
Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves. But I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
Qua secondo me c'è qualcosa veramente...
But Paimon's still mad at you!
Combattere, no, programmazione.
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge
Sì, ma
of it.
uno l'ha presa
It's
senza
my hope that a
fiatare.
brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music
Finito.
on while we wait.
Musica addirittura. Oh, sì, vabbè, perché sono enormi. Vado a facere la musica. Aspetta a vedere. Qualità del tè. Me lo sento. Ah, ma no, non ti mettere lì così. Dai, guarda quanto è bello. Dai, che carino, ci ha fatto noi sedere sul divano. Dai.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in?
La ragazza.
I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
Cos'era questa? Ah, una. Non era la ragazza che pensavo io, era un'altra.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct? Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top. What happened at the society?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
Ricordo chi era Fasol.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Non mi ricordo chi era dei tre.
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing
Censura
censure.
agonizzante.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you.
Ok.
Every secret may be found within...
La gemma.
Ah, here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you
Azzardare a
like this.
toccarla, tiro fuori
You
la
see,
spada e te la ficco dove
Avisa's
so io.
mental state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress. She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as
Magari decido
random
io
gibberish.
se sono maneggiamenti.
I don't
che
recall
dice?
hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh,
Maleducato.
my apologies. I merely did not wish for your grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter.
Like we'd believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset.
E
It's
allora?
only natural to want to side
Vattene.
with the poor sick girl, but I
Ci
know
abbiamo
his
uno coi
grace to
pugni
be
e
a
io con la
reasonable
spada.
man.
Non credo che vuoi
Well
fare
then,
qualcosa.
what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to
Non
our
ci credo
place, so
mai
there's
che
no
hai
need
portato
to worry.
indietro.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
Credi a noi,
I've
non
never
credere a quello
seen
là.
that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like to say.
Dagli un pugno
Pressuring
di
her
santo
will not
Dio.
get you anywhere.
It's all right, Elise. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you. I swear this on my name and honor as the Duke.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've
Te ne puoi
already
anche
said
andare.
everything I could say about the matter.
Non ti farà del male, ci siamo noi.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say. Please.
Andrà tutto
Don't press
bene,
me
Vis.
further.
But why?
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peaceful evening, Your Grace.
Se le fai del male.
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order.
Cosa? Che c'ha sulla testa?
There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say you've merely let your worries get to your head. The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong with the current state of affairs? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on getting rid of someone who's been unfalteringly loyal?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the fortress of Meripede. But Your Grace is welcome to visit us any time to confirm the true intent of our
È
activities.
lui il duca, non tu.
All right, Avis.
Lui se l'hai guadagnato. No, Avis, non andare. Resta qui.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really, really mad. We should have shown him his place.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance.
Sono d'accordo.
He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads.
Regali.
Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are they trying to hide?
Raga, fiocchetto. Oh no. Oh no, again. Basta sta cosa. Sono 3 cose, dai, va bene.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret. But if there's nothing on her head,
Sai perché mi piace? Perché almeno
why
sento
did
la sua
Avis feel the
voce.
need to remove her hat? From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence.
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
You mean this thing?
Grazie.
So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what we needed. Let me take a look.
Ok.
I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside. It looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Cos'è? Gli buca la testa?
Paimon's lost again.
Let's see. What if we do this?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid
Non è
is
che li stava
leaking out
avvelenando.
and some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity.
Sì, quello
With
sì.
that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Oddio.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain.
Questo non
The moment it
basta.
hits you will be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life.
E se per forza devo aprire la porta un attimo che qua le cose si stanno mettendo. Santo Dio, adesso ci facciamo gente che inizia la paura. Per ora adesso posso dire con tranquillamente che le queste sia di Wriothesley che di Neuvilette sono per ora le mie preferite. Ce ne sono state di bellissime, ma queste qua, santo Dio, stanno superando se stessi.
Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair. No wonder they're all so terrified of it.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape with all of the evidence.
Andiamo, corriamo, ma subito, ma sei scemo. Subito. È ciò che si merita. Esci da sto piccio. Spalanca la porta.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along?
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things, so I'm glad that my intuition turned out to be correct. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Tutti, nessuno escluso. E chi manca andiamo a prendere noi.
Now, let's check on them.
Togli tutto.
As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh! Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain. Let's go check out the other areas too.
Andiamo. Prenderli tutti. Madonna, queste persone. Ma siamo scemi. Ciao. Non sembra che si siano formati nell'altra mensa durante la lettura. L'hanno...
Hey, come here. Have a look at this.
Si è fatta distrarre. Comunque io so leggere i personaggi prima.
Look at what I found.
Oh.
This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members. Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow. And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake, then perhaps it's better to do less. Or to not do anything at all. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Non ti avevo visto poi, scusa, prima ho seguito la cake.
Found in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf. The colors of the covers are completely different, though, and the names of the authors also don't match up. Yeah, and they dared to claim that they wrote these too.
Your Grace, Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any Society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The lime scale, the layers of dust, they were all deliberately added. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest area is the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw. And only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his performers.
But then, where can we actually find him?
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort...
Porca miseria. Porca miseria. Io l'ho sempre detto, lui è un buono, ma ha lavoro di merda, quindi dovrà essere sospetto, dovrà fare queste cose, dovrà fare delle cose allucinanti perché purtroppo ha un lavoro di merda. Potrà credere a tutti i delinquenti, sa che molti lo sono, sa che molti non lo sono, ma dovrà comunque tenere d'occhio come vanno le cose lì dentro. Mamma mia.
He must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind. Let's go.
Che sia fuori, che sia da un'altra parte. Era che per raggiungere la sala di polizia non andare in su. Ah no, niente, scherzone. Ero già pronta a dire, ah, me ne devo andare.
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's declaration of war against me. Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, I guess Dugier probably converted them into his headquarters. We should be on the right track. Now we just need to find that turncoat. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
Di quale? Non ho capito. Di qua? Scusa. A posto? Ah, sto cercando.
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! I might see some society members too!
After them!
It's Wriothesley! Run!
No, vieni qui. Ah, che ti prendo, ti prendo.
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Togliti il cappello.
Come on! It's time to talk! Can't you see that he's trying to help?
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time to hand out sentences.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up to us.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage pipe.
Guards, take them away.
E tieni i loro cappelli, però.
Let's go. It's about time that we find out what Dugier's really after.
Eh sì, giusto, devo per forza prendere l'ascensore. Perché qua c'è l'acqua. Mi dimentico sempre. Volevo fare la figata, fare il coso, ma non ce l'ho fatto. Finalmente vediamo questa parte e siamo alla fine della quest. Ok, ci sta che in Wriothesley, cioè in Neuvilette, non ci sia il combattimento, perché comunque alla fine non era successo niente, era stata più un'investigazione tranquilla, dettata da comunque dei sospetti comunque fondati, per carità, ma che comunque dovevano capire cosa era successo, mentre qua invece è proprio è assolutamente una missione, molto più una missione questa. E ovviamente it's time to use Wriothesley. Quanta gente!
Space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to a lack of funds. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those guards have been bought as well. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises waiting for us, I'm sure.
Dai, visto che purtroppo non è ancora venuto a casa, non credo che verrà per molto tempo. 79,130, ok. C'ha la sua. E l'hanno messo con lo Brobles, che palle. Mamma mia il culo. Santi Dio, ma se tu sei illegale. C'ho la sete di asbatti qui sotto. Madonna. Aspetta, devo fare la foto. Ok. Anche se lui mi prova proprio una sfilza. Dagli.
Bow your head.
A moment, please.
A moment, please.
Dawn, break forth!
Dove l'hai lanciata, Dila? Dove l'hai lanciata?
Silence! Let's begin. Stay cool. Face your guilt. A bitter pill to swallow.
Fatto che... Oh, uffa.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
Okay, poi
An oversight on my part. Let the mighty be humbled. Away now.
No, ma c'è la cesta.
Are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dugier really prepared for everything.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that have mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out confrontation with me.
Bene,
What's this?
che venga. Siamo pronti.
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. Ah, this should be the society's real. Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water.
Acqua, cibo,
I see.
addirittura.
So it's much as I expected.
But that's just cruel and unreasonable.
Assolutamente.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however.
Ma è una cosa
So
terribile.
resentment builds. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as
Che
Dugier's
affronto.
slaves. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Ugh. Is that the best example you can come up with?
Tu fai un
Anyway,
esempio.
Paimon still thinks she made the right decision.
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under
ragione.
emotional duress. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send those who use fear to lead others astray must
Non
pay
fare
for
questa
that crime.
cosa. Non fare questa cosa. Ma le ragazze impazziranno. Cosa? Tutto a posto? Wriothesley? È in formato berserker? Brunauro. Cioè, Wriothesley va in berserker praticamente in stata D. Quindi si è incazzato. Se gli fa il culo, ma proprio in modo letterale.
If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place. But the door's been locked. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many society members as possible. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door? Would we have to do something? Forget it. Pirate's just gonna do some trial and error.
Perfetto. E non me ne va sta cosa. No. Ho capito che... Ah, scusate.
Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? Look, the other side's open! Let's go.
Intanto grazie per la chest. Piano. Peccato, sarebbe stato carino che magari evocava... Forse li ha evocati. Cioè, fosse andato un po' di pugno per terra. Oh, vabbè. Amen.
Let's begin.
I miei cipirli. I cipirli. Fare di meglio. Per me può fare veramente di meglio.
Dawn, break forth!
A moment, please.
Stay cool and face your guilt. Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
What now?
Io non so dove sto andando io. Cioè... ho fatto il giro.
It's so high! We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
Ah, no, ti muovi. Così?
Ooh, the water level's gone way up. So that's how we'll make it to the top.
Si divertono troppo con questo principio di Archimede, sì. Cosa state facendo? Ragazze, la questa di Wriothesley. Ah! No, ragazze, se voi la fate, voi impazzite. Sto impazzendo io.
Let's begin.
Non ha senso.
Settle down.
Chi? Ah, il domain.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts.
Ah, ok. Così glielo sbatti in faccia, così.
Hey, it's all right now.
No, I won't try to leave anymore.
Raga, togliete il cappello, è quello il problema.
I don't want any trouble.
Cosa le dite? Tutto a posto, ma togliete il cappello.
Please calm down. We're not bad people.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. But
Mi sento basse, ragazzi, perché purtroppo il volume del gioco vi copre. Muovo questo, poi giro quest'altro, ruota. Ruota ancora. Ruota ancora. Ok. Poi vado qua, rimuovo. Ah no, ho sbagliato tutto. Ah, ok, niente. Easy, 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 dimmi se sono squeezy.
The door's open. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
Se Kyle, ma che cazzo di nome c'hai? Ah,
I leave this area to you.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return.
Just focus on the tasks you've been given. Let's go back. We have unfinished business, do we
Ma
not?
Wriothesley, io non sono il tuo solo affidabile, sono il tuo aiuto e basta.
Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device to open the door that leads to the central area. Don't forget to bring these along.
Smettete quei primi piani sui suoi occhi, su tutto quello che c'è di bello, per favore. Bad romance. Ok. Ok, devo... Sì, lo so. Usa saggiamente... Allora. Allora, questo... No. Attiva. Ho sbagliato. Così non si dovrebbe muovere quello, ok. Ok, ora possiamo andare di qua. Sì, ma togliamo questa cosa berserker da Wriothesley, perché non basta. C'è tutto... Ho capito la pappa, lascia stare. Eh sì, cosa c'è qui? Quanta gente c'è?
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rules.
No.
Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. They've betrayed you, betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause.
Amico, le prendi. Te lo dico.
Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores. Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again and again, and don't stop until you put...
Thistle, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way to endure.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give my rules or the paramount law of this
La
place?
legge suprema di questo posto davanti al duca, lo dici? Va bene, sono pronta alle botte.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that His Grace?
Ah, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so quick.
Ma lascia... Poverino.
Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when...
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that... Look at your
Ragazzi, cosa c'è
people.
la Carsina adesso?
Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You. Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent! We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held dear. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what they've always... And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running? Is it that all you need to keep your cushy life?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. Our bodies have limits, but our spirits will always remain free. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish.
Oh,
And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
He's really mad.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley. Well, I think you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. A dumping ground of pain and misery, irredeemable now and irredeemable forever. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks like. A moment, please. Get a little chilly. The tides beckon. Bow your head.
Flames, purge!
The doctor
Che palle.
A bitter pill to swallow. Yeah.
Let's begin.
È vero questa cosa io. Oh shit!
Stay cool. Face your guilt.
mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
Cazzi. Vai. Sì.
If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
Subito.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind.
Strano.
Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood?
Ragazze, gli dico solo questo. Wriothesley ha fatto tipo Nanami. E me ne vado. Nanami hogy sa cosa vuole.
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No,
Not at
assolutamente.
all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done. I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress. Yeah, it's the least that we could do.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him yet?
Oh, Dugier? I've already got an idea. For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh? Why?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free.
Certo.
It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments. I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so
Ma è
harsh.
giusto che sia così crudele,
Looks
cioè
like she
quello
should
che ha
watch
fatto
her
di quelle
tongue when
persone,
she's
qualcosa,
around you in
mamma
the
mia.
future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon.
Ma non a te. Se tu non fai
Anyway,
niente.
jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
2 giorni. 2 giorni. Sempre sti 2 giorni. Che palle. Ma fatemi un giorno. Dio mio. Oh, ho superato l'orario perché non guardo. Troppo. Perché non guardo l'orario? Perché? Ok. Tanto devo controllare una cosa perché se mi...
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind her for that's not what Paimon meant at all. Right?
I'm a little confused, actually.
Anch'io, perché che è successo?
Not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to a special observation list.
You sure got everything taken care of, Wriothesley.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. Ah, that's a bit of a long story.
Dimmi, raccontami.
I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts.
Oh, che
I had many
carino.
siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of. Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes, like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede. My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, I ragazzi stanno bene.
It's a vis and facade. Are you two feeling better yet?
It was all because you arrived in time. I managed to escape unscathed.
Ed è bisognato adesso che fa solo era quello della scatola. Oddio.
We came here on impulse today because we...
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help. Within reason, of course.
It's... I'd like to be wedded to Avis here at the fortress.
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dugier's trap.
Oh.
But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was manipulating us, trying to make us mistrust
And love
each
saved
other.
the day.
And after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the one for the...
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't forsake him either. But we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host some, so we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before. But that's
fare,
no
però.
reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
Sembra che qualcuno si è sposato in
We
prigione.
can't thank you enough, Your Grace.
Penso che
We
si
are
possa fare, c'è
actually
una
also planning
cappella.
to stay here after the conclusion.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. So now, it'd be too hard to leave. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm, Your Grace.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would
Vabbè,
like
però
to
vorrei
stay of their own free
raccontarmelo anche
will?
su.
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
È bellissimo, fantastico. Bellissimo, meraviglioso. Ok, e vi saluto qui. È stato bellissimo. Sono contentissima. Santicello, sono assolutamente le mie due queste preferite in assoluto. Fantastiche. Ottimo. Ok. Io vi saluto. Ciao ragazzuoli. Ciao ciao.